Hi, my name is Keith Wong, and today I'll be doing a summative video on Com 4F00, which is a course I took at Brock University my last year. This course is an internship course, and it allows students to go into a placement where they would learn how to interpersonal skills, leadership skills, like different types of personalities, social media, how to deal with that, just interactive. It is a communication course. So, how to communicate with the public, how to actually communicate, um, not just as the student, but as an organization as well. So it helps you with that as well. My reaction with my my reaction with this course is a mixed bag. I do love some of the things that this course offered, but at the same time, I do have a couple notes to improve on this course for future students because I feel like this course does good for students, but it could be doing better for students. Um, there are 13 different topics here. We're just going to go through it and get started. The first topic is a brief description of my placement. So in the first week of this course, there was a 64-page document handed to us, and we have to take top three placement from that 64-page document. And when I lay eyes on Link to Green Learning, I just stopped scrolling because I know that is the one that I want to go into. Um, Green learning has always been kind of my passion, giving back to Mother Nature. It is my passion, reduce, reuse, recycle. I always wanted to do eco-friendly work when I get older. Um, so that was a perfect placement for me. I feel like me, general, I love what the organization stands for. I love what they do. I love their mission statements. I love their vision statements. I love everything that's surrounding this nonprofit organization. Um, that being said, it is a nonprofit organization. And the biggest hurdle nonprofit organizations go through is recognition and engagement. Um, Nobody knows who they are. They are a eco-friendly or nonprofit organization based in Niagara Falls. They have a store named Eco Chain at um, at the Penn Center for years now, and I didn't even know that till I worked for them, and nobody knows who they are. When I tell my friends, when they go to the Penn Center here at St. Catharines, have you seen a store? They're like, no, I haven't. Where is the store? Like that was one of their problems. It was recognition. It was engagement. Um, I was hoping that I could help with that. I was hoping, that this business could be going on through because the store uses damaged and recycled clothing and repurpose them to become something better. And that was just amazing. I loved the idea of that. I really wanted to help with that. They also hired South immigrants from South America. All of them speak Spanish. It's a really tight-knit organization. They love each other. I know that. This is a passion for them. It's not a job, and you can feel that, right? And when you work somewhere that is just a passion and not a job, you can feel it in the air, you can feel it what they do, and I loved it. And even though the time that I was there wasn't like the best time they ever had, because they were going through some crisis, I would say. They didn't let me in on the crisis because I was still an outsider, but from a third party perspective, I can tell that they were going through a crisis. And, I think COVID, the lockdown has really hit them really, really hard. That's one of the organization where it's like, they need that engagement, they need the recognition, they need the to put an event out there, they need their name to be out there. And for COVID lockdown, it just didn't happen. And, that really hit them. And I really, really, really wanted to help them. Um, but I ended up really do helping them in some sort of way. So and our partnership will be continuing beyond the school year because I just love what they do and I want to be a part of it. And they sold me on that. And so the next question is that what is the best part about this course and what would you change about this course? So the best part about this course, I think, are the professors and the teachers. You can tell that this is a passion project for them. This is a passion of them. They're not really doing this because of the job. They really want to help students get to the next level, become adults when they leave the school. And they really think that this course will really help them to do that. And they really want to drill into the student that, hey, the things that we're teaching you, the things, the aspects and the lessons and the theories that we're teaching you will be helpful and will be helpful moving forward in your life. It will get to where you want to be in life. And if you listen and if you follow, you will be successful. And I think the teachers, they believe in that. It's not just, a job for them. And they really want to drill those to the students, and they love it, and they love it. I feel like that's the best part about this whole course is the people that are involved in this program, from Kate to Deborah to if I forget anybody, I'm so sorry. You know, I feel like everybody's involved, and they want it, like they love it. But there are things that I would change about this course. For the first thing, I think it's the workload. I think the workload is a little bit too much for an internship course like this. In order for me to balance placement work plus schoolwork plus my other courses work is actually extremely hard. And I feel like um, this course structure could be changed to the point where it's a little bit more personal to the student, a little bit more one-on-one dialogue with one-on-one conversations, and not just, hey, you have a summary due, you have a reflection due, you have a reading reaction due. Um, I feel like that's not really helping me. I feel like having, because everybody is in a different stage of their placement, mentally, physically, I feel like everybody is so different in this course that the teacher needs to take a little bit more time in order to have mandatory one-on-one conversations for marks, mandatory one-on-one conversations with every single student to see where they are mentally and physically at their placement. And I feel like that would help the student know about the student more because they know that someone has their back. Uh, and that will help the teacher understand what each student is going through and how are they doing in their course. So, I feel like that will be way more effective in teaching the students than just, reading reactions and reflections and stuff like that. So I feel like having those conversations one on one, mandatory conversations one on one with professors does help do this course justice. And I feel like it will be great moving forward if it's structured like that. I understand the LinkedIn profiles, I understand the portfolios, I understand that that's great, but week to week I have to do something, day to day I have to do something. Like it's really hard for a student to balance that, and I totally get it because they are in the last year of their university, and they're just trying to graduate, and the workload it's kind of a little bit more um, on the bad side of me, and I feel like there is a more effective way to earn marks in this class, and it's through one-on-one mandatory conversations with professors. Next question. Did the did the external learning meet or exceed or failed your expectation, and why? So I feel like the placement did not disappoint. Well, the placement kind of did disappoint me. I thought I'll be running more of a social media account, posting stuff day to day, stuff like that, captions. But at the same time, like they at the same time, I wouldn't get to meet like the type of people I met if it wasn't for the placement. So I feel like um, I like it. Like I feel like it's okay that I didn't get the experience that I thought that I would get, but that doesn't matter because I gained more experience. I know that I can get out of my comfort zone. Uh, I know that, I learned things about myself, like, that I could be put it under pressure and actually delivered under pressure. And I know school does that too, but a passion project, right? Like I never did that for my passion, that I have to do something before a deadline, for, but it's something out of passion. So I liked it. The guest speaker wise, the video guests, they're kind of on the iffy side of me. Like I don't really care about them. I just like you can tell me about your life, what you've been through, all you want, but all those lessons I'm gonna learn from my life. And for me personally, I cannot speak for everybody else, but for me personally, I have learned all those lessons that the guest speakers talk about through my family, through how I grew up in life. I understand that not everybody grew up the same way as me, but like for me, those guest speakers were very useless in my opinion. That's just me personally, but I don't speak for everyone. That's just me. Next question: what is the connection that you have made between the theories you have learned in all of your undergrad's coursework and the participation of a professional environment? I feel like the best theory I've learned in this class was the different types of leader there are. And, around that time, I was always talking to myself, asking myself a question like, are you really a leader? Like, you say that, like, I tell myself, like, I'm not a leader. Like, I'm not a leader. But then, when I look at myself and look at the things I look at when I'm at teamwork, like, I just want to help the team succeed. I just want to do everything I can in my power to help the team succeed. I don't, I want to bring out the best in other people as well. So, and that was a leadership style that, that was taught in class. And it gave me a little bit more confident that I could be that type of leader to bring out the best in other people, the best in your team. You know, it's not, that's still a leadership quality. And I feel like that really resonates with me. That was the thing that resonated with me the most out of the whole course. It was the leadership, the different types of leadership that was talked about, and it gave me a little bit more confident in who I am as a person, and I am a leader, and I am a damn good leader if I say so myself. So other people might not, see the value in my leadership, but no team would succeed without a person like me. So yeah, I really took away from that. Question five. In today's global economy, learning new skills over the course of your career is essential. Consider the professionals whom you have encountered, guest speakers, guest videos, your placement, networking. How do you make how do they make an effort to learn new skills? What characteristics and abilities help them be successful? Um, I didn't really see anybody learn new skills while I was in this course. It was more just um, they're really good at what they're doing and they worked really hard to get to where they are, and they didn't care. They just worked. They have a goal and they work towards it. But one of the things that I think, I didn't see it personally, but I can tell from a third party going in is my placement manager handling a crisis with grace and with um, with calmness. I feel like if it was like me or something like that, I would have broke down. I would have like done something that I would regret. But I think she handled it with grace. I think she handled it with the calmness that I've never seen yet. And that was amazing. My placement wasn't at a good place. I can tell. They didn't tell me this, but I can tell that they weren't at a good place. And they have to bounce back. Like nonprofits, like they are scraping the bottom of the barrel. If you don't believe that it will succeed, it won't succeed. And they and the person that ran it, I just feel like she handled that crisis so well, even though she might have to lie to herself. But that grace and calmness, I've never seen it. And I hope I could have that once I, enter the real world, that grace to handle a crisis, like, a company going down. Like, wow, that really opened my eyes. I wish I could learn that from her. That's probably one of the things that, a new skill that I saw that I really wanted to learn. And yeah, so number six, how did having a remote placement affect your experience in this course? Um, So my placement was remote and one-on-one as well. So I would go into my placement, have a meeting, and then she would tell me what to do, expect of me, and then I would just go home and do it. And then, next week I'll tell her this is my progress. Did you like it? And coming back, stuff like that. So it was remote and one-on-one at the same time. I feel like technology has kind of like helped a lot to close the gap between people and people. Um, I feel like it just depends on your placement. Like if you're in a placement where, one-on-one dialogue, sitting down in person is very important, then obviously that will be affected. But at this point, um, I was pretty remote and it didn't really affect me because of technology. And I can call her, I can just say, hey, can I drop by, like with the phone. Like it didn't really affect me that much. But it, I cannot speak for everybody, but me personally didn't really affect it. Number seven, explain what action you have taken to meet your learning objectives. If your learning objectives have changed at all, discuss why that's the case. So my learning objective was to learn how to communicate off with a social media account, Twitter, Instagram, for someone else other than me. I wanted to represent a company. I wanted to represent more than me to speak to the public. I didn't really get the chance to do that, but I've done something that I would have never done in a million years, like making a video with no budget, on my own, with a deadline, and I pulled it off. I loved what I made. It was a little bit more amateurish, but I understand my flawed. I loved what I made. I loved it. Like it was a promotional video. Things that you see from the in the background, just like a warm, welcoming video, to show what the company's all about. And I achieved that. My initial vision wasn't made, but at the same time, it allowed me to grow and it allowed me to see my potential. And I thought I can't do it, but I did it. I pulled it off, and I loved it. I loved the video. The video was amazing, in my opinion. Like, my friend did help me, to help me edit it and stuff like that. I did use his music, but at the same time, like, I was the main editor. I put the whole thing together. I was the one that shot all the footage. Like, I would never thought I could have done that in a million years, and I pulled it off, and it was amazing. The payoff was great. Finally seeing the actual product. I never thought that I would get that here in this placement. I never thought that I would actually make a video in this placement. I thought I would just be running some social media account, but that was amazing. That was great. Yes, my learning objective did change. Um, Now my learning objective is how I can make their online presence more viable, their e-commerce more viable. How can I do that? What can I do to help improve that? That's my next step now, and that's my next goal. And I hope I succeed in that goal because they're for a good cause. Number 8, what transferable skills did you acquire during your internship that you will be able to highlight in a potential employer to use for your career? Describe one specific skill you have developed this year as an example story that you'll provide in the back of your potential that you have a skill that yeah. So basically, my promotional video. She told me that I have to do this video. As my first project with them, and I pulled it off. I had to come up with the idea. I have to shoot it. I have to edit it. I have to put it all together as in a nice package that everybody could enjoy. And I somehow pulled it off, and I never thought I could do it. I was nervous. I was thinking like, wow, would my idea work? Would this idea actually translate? And I thought I did an amazing job, and I never thought I could do it. And this skill of you know, having having nothing, no resources, and actually still pulling something off. I think that's, working hard to pull something off. And I think that was one of the best things I ever did for myself and for the placement. Like I feel like I accomplished a lot with just that one project. Like, I proved to myself that I could do something like this. And, you know, the final product does have flaws, obviously, but I get to prove to myself that I'm not just someone that that is not creative. Like, I think I'm very creative, and I think I can actually take on this role of being a social media, like, to be in marketing. Like, I always have doubts about myself, but this project allows to prove to me that I am creative, I am resourceful enough for me to make something out of nothing, and with a huge expectation as well. So I loved it. That was great. That was the best thing that happened to me this whole placement.
So for question number 9, uh, what was your experience of learning reflection within this course? So I feel like this course has taught me how to reflect on bad situations and look at the glass half full. Throughout my placement, it wasn't all sunshines and flowers. There was a lot of obstacles and crisis to go through. When the company was going through crisis, I actually didn't get much, experience out of it as I wanted to. I wasn't very in the loop with the actual company, so um, I didn't get that much work done for them. And at that time, I was feeling kind of, left out, stuff like that. But then, through the classes, lectures, they were saying about leaders being patient, trusting your supervisor, trust your team. That was very super helpful. That helped me on my reflections. Talking about how I was, being a good leader and trusting my own team, trusting my supervisors. Having the level of trust to move forward with them within this project. So I feel like that that level of trust and reflection, I didn't have that before this course. So I feel like that was something that was really really good that I got out of this course. Yeah. So number 10, discuss what you learned about yourself, your ability, and your comfort level and your comfort zone this year. So I've learned that I can overcome any situation if I work really hard on it, and if I'm passionate about it, I can overcome anything. And one of the things is I talked about before was leadership, and you know, this course helped me realize that I am a good leader. I just needed someone else to say it, to me. I always have doubt, like the devil and the angel. It's just I just needed someone to say that, my leadership style, it is a leadership style, and thank God for this course, telling me that. I was just, be fighting in my head. Like, I know I'm a good leader. Before I always say that I'm not a leader, but you know, once you look at a lot of more teams, in different situations, you understand that you are a leader, and how you perceive yourself as that leader speaks a lot about who you are as a person. Uh, I feel like my confidence level, is still the same. It's pretty high. It depends on the situation, uh, but this year really tested my ability and comfort zone, and I've learned a lot about myself that I can do anything I want if I work hard on it. I can accomplish anything. Um, if I really wanted to be out of my comfort zone, I could do it. Like, I just have to work hard. And if I'm willing to work hard, if I tell myself that I'm willing to work hard, I'll give it, I'll work hard and get things done. Um, Question 11. What did you learn about the success during your placement? What did you learn about the disappointment and challenges? So, you know, my success was that promotion video I've talked about. I've learned that I could be really resourceful. I can do everything by myself if I really wanted to, needed to. Um, I could um, do something on a deadline that I really wanted to. I have, some really good friends that would help me. That was great. That was awesome. Um, this allowed me to see myself a little bit more, as who I am and my abilities of getting things done. Like, I always doubted myself because of schoolwork and stuff, but because so most of them I just don't have a passion for it. And if I really put my heart in it, if I have a passion in it, I could get it done. And that video proves it. I love the end. I love the end result. You know, one of the challenges I have was, translate what I have here into actual things. And I feel like during that video, or me making video, I did what I did, and it came out how I was in my head. And like, that was the first time that I have done that. Like, to translate something from my head to real life. And sometimes, like, things I wanted to say, like, it depends on how I'm trying to express it, but that was the first time where I had my own full control of what the product is, and I've delivered. And that was amazing. That was really good for my confidence level, self-esteem wise. um, Show that I have the ability, and really reinforce who I am, who I thought as a person, and I loved it. The challenges and the obstacles, again, there was a crisis. I was out of the loop, but at the same time, you trust your supervisor. You trust your ability to help them. You trust your passion, and you trust your heart that you are there to help, and you wanted to help, and you could help them. And I think that's one of the things that's still stuck me around for that long. It's just um, I know I could help, and I really, really, really want to help. You don't have to pay me. You don't even have to pay me. I'm doing this like voluntarily because I just love it. I just love what you guys stand for. I just love you guys, and I want you guys to be successful. And that right there was one of the things that I've learned. Like, if you have a passion for it, go for it. Like, I had a passion for them. They were the first one I chose. Thank God I got them, and I loved it. Let's move on. So, question 12: what have you learned about your experience of yourself, your employer's expectation of you? Um, I have expected myself to learn a little bit more about languages online, like what kind of tone to set online if you're talking to someone. I really wanted to, like, experience that, if I'm gonna say it with a sarcastic tone or a serious tone. Like, I really wanted to do that, but I didn't really get to do that, but that's okay. I didn't expect myself to finish the whole entire project by myself, from start to finish. That was unexpected, and I just loved it. I never thought I could done it. I always thought I would just be like a piece of the puzzle. I never knew I was the whole puzzle. So I I loved it. Like, my expectation of myself was, exceeded it, and I hope I exceeded my employer's expectation. I don't think my employers would have thought that I would stick around after the school year, um, but I am going to. I am gonna make my promise and help them out. You know, like, school is kind of messed up right now. Like, there's just a lot of things, projects going on at the end of the year, but after school, I am going to help them. I am going to succeed in this. I am going to make this my passion project. um I'm gonna learn from my mistakes. If I if it doesn't work, I am so sorry. At least I tried. At least I got out of that comfort zone. At least I tried. um I wanted to help. I really want to help, and I feel like they could use my help, and I see good in that. Like, I loved it. And the last question is, what advice would you have for future students considering this course? First thing I would say is, this is not just a placement course. You actually have to do work for school. Um, but don't worry. I feel like you gain more than you lose. Uh, I feel like some of the things you learn from this course is so practical. It's like a college course. It's really not a university course, and I love that. And if you really want to take yourself to the next level, you would take this course. Um, if you know you have things to improve, but you really don't want to improve it, but you really need to improve them, you need to take this course. It'll tell you straight in the face that this is what you need to do, and you should do it. And I feel like, and the people here are just great. I love the people here, but it's just the workload. But the experience, you can't pay for these. And also, I would say, when you're choosing a placement, choose something that you're passionate about. Choose a placement that you think you have a passion for. If you don't have a passion for it, don't choose it. I don't care if you're working for the city of Niagara Falls and you just want to get into government, stuff like that. But choose something that you have passion for. Choose a placement that you have a passion for. Don't choose something just because you want to choose something. Choose something from your heart. And that will go a very long way, I feel like. And you to who you grown into, that will go a very long way. And this concludes my summative video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it went a little long, but I just had a lot to say. Thank you.